will get worse. And you're not limited to that percentage that you were assigned. And that's, like I said, one of the information that we like to put out in our interviews. When we talk about disability, we try to process exactly what's going on with the veteran, find out exactly what their needs are, and find out how we can assist them, maybe with better benefits, give them some indicators on things that they might not have been necessarily aware of. One of the things that misses or veterans don't understand is some of the things like dependency. If they're rated 30%, they're entitled to compensation for their dependents. A lot of the things the veterans don't aware of, they're suffering from a disability such as a knee or an ankle condition or a back condition, and they require a prosthetic device. There might be an entitlement benefit there for a yearly clothing allowance that's awarded in August and September. The training that DAV gives us is exceptional, and like the judge said, primarily a service organization. Our national organization spends a lot of time on training, so I'm well trained. And it's never ending. So we're always learning new things. We're always updated on all the new presumptive conditions, new disabilities falling under all the different categories. So we pass that off to our veterans. So I would say that when it comes to information, the best thing that anybody can do who needs assistance is to contact the service organization.
And older veterans fought in wars where the bad guys are over on the other side of the field and the guys on this side are the good guys. Vietnam started the thing where you never knew who was a good guy or bad guy, and good guys by day became bad guys at night. The psychological stress of this. For example, you take all the names on the Vietnam Memorial Wall, the 58,000. There are now more Vietnam veterans have committed suicide than died in Vietnam. And today, with the over and over deployments and the IEDs and the psychological stress and pressure, I mean, psychological problems are really, and the suicide now is at epic proportions among people who fought in the Gulf War. You know, we have a situation now in America where the burden of defending this country, which used to be on everybody who was healthy, now falls on a very small group of pro-military young men and women, and they're bearing a burden that nobody should bear, and they're bearing it over and over and over again. And it's the psychological stress. It's like the National Football League. They find that the people who have Alzheimer's and die prematurely, they're the linemen. They've been knocking heads, you know, for 60 minutes every Sunday. They're literally banging their heads. And this is what, psychologically, this is what we've been doing in Desert Storm and all the subsequent things in Iraq and in Afghanistan. It's a horrible, horrible situation.
I guess one of the things we would really like to get out to everybody is, to family members as well as the veteran, is really to seek out and find out first if they are registered with the VA. They need to get registered into the system. And then to start a profile, if you will, on their condition, even if they're young and think that they're healthy. Right.
The judge had mentioned it before. I think me being as young as I am, I'm surrounded by a lot of World War II, Vietnam era veterans, and the camaraderie is there. I mean, no matter what era you serve, that there's still a bond. And I think that what we like to provide is that comfort from somebody who came from the Iraq, Afghanistan, Kuwait, who doesn't know the process that the VA has. It's considered sort of a process that you have to have some kind of insight in. So we like to be able to provide that clarity and simplify it a little bit and give them the information that they need and sift through all the red tape so that we can get the information that the VA needs to process the claim so that they can make themselves whole again. Because like you said, a lot of these guys are coming back with the anxiety and the scars from war, and they just want to come back and be whole again. And we just like to provide that, that place to come to so that you can get the assistance that you need so that you can go back and be a productive part of society.
One thing that's very unique about us in Bowie is we have the only chapter home in the state. So we live DAV 24/7, and we're open 12 to 12 just about every day. And we have a lot of walk-ins that will come, and that's one thing, the only thing we will talk at the bar is service. We don't talk any other politics with the DAV. But if somebody wants service, I take their name and I encourage them to come to a meeting, and we have 2 service officers that they will, they will come 1 hour before our meeting, the second Tuesday of every month, and they will meet with them, or if they need immediate attention and can't wait, we send them up to Lamarr's office up there in Baltimore, Johns Hopkins Plaza, and we get them immediate service. I average 2 or 3 phone calls a week at home. And I give them Lamarr's number, or I'll give them the department office number, and to get them the service that they need. So that's one thing nice. So anybody out there that's watching the program, come on down to the DAV there at 8205 Laurel Bowie Road. Just ring the buzzer, come on in, ask for me, fill out a form, and we will get you taken care of. That is a guarantee. We will take care of you. And
you were talking about these mobile vans. I assume that there's a schedule that's available for some of the veterans. And where will they be going in the not too distant future?
Well, right now we're still working out the details, but it appears to be Maryland will have it like the first 2 weekends of Memorial Day weekend, and it appears that the first week will be in Ocean City, in that area, doing outreach, and then we're going to come back up towards St. Mary's County and do some outreach up in that area. But we have it twice. We have it in the summer and we have it in the fall. A lot of the information that comes out, since the schedule right now is not formalized, will be on our website. That should be available. It's www.dav.org. You can just go to mobile service, and the schedule will be put out there when the mobile service vehicle will be available in the state of Maryland. And like Mr. Tattery has said, it depends on what area you're in. You can also go to www.dav.org and put your zip code in to become a member. And you can find out exactly what chapter is close to you. If it's not the one in Bowie and it's somewhere else, you can obviously find a chapter that you can join or get more information from. And we're always accessible and available at our national office, 31 Hopkins Plaza, room 1229 at the VA Green Street location.
So
not Green Street, I'm sorry, Hopkins Plaza location.
In addition to the mobile vans, you also have other DAV vans that go and transport patients too. So if the patient is unable to get back and forth to the hospital, that's another service the DAV provides.
Absolutely, that's one of our services that is provided at the hospital. One of the voluntary services that we provide, one of many voluntary services that DAV provides. You would just call one of the regional offices and find out exactly if that service is available at that hospital. More likely than not it is. You just got to find out exactly what the schedule is and who's the point of contact. And if, like you said, they'll get it figured out for you so that you can get some transportation assistance if the veteran needs it to and from the hospital.
And you can also provide services to family members who want to inquire about benefits for their veteran.
Right, and that's one of the things that doesn't get talked about enough with DAV is the service that we provide family. We provide service for the children of a deceased veteran. We provide service for the wife of a deceased veteran. One of the things that we like to do better at is getting that information available up front, so that, because it's hard when a deceased veteran spouse comes into the office really with no information, no knowing what the veteran was service connected for. A lot of that we would like to change and get a lot of that counseling and information accessible up front. Talk about those things during the process so that when the veteran spouse does come in, a lot of that information is already available to her, so she can have a easier transitioning and processing that through the grieving process and also the claims process.
Now, we also are pretty well aware that most veterans are males, but there's an increasing number of female veterans out there too. Is the DAV doing something as far as outreach and special programs for women veterans?
Absolutely. That's one of our main initiatives. And a lot of that information, like I said, a lot of the information is available online as far as what services we provide for women veterans, specifically those who serve and fight in combat. We have a lot of services, and a lot of our service officers are women as well. So it's a lot of the information that's available is there as far as assistance, and we don't when a woman serves, whether a man serves, we're going to be there to make sure that all the benefit entitlements that he or she deserves, they get.
And you, right now, you're in the Baltimore area. Do you cover all of Maryland or a portion of it?
Absolutely. We cover the entire state of Maryland. That's as far west as Cumberland, as far south as St. Mary's County, as far east as Ocean City. We're throughout the state every year with the assistance of all our local chapters and some of our state representatives who come out and provide assistance for us. We're throughout the state, and pretty much every service organization, it has the same type of, I mean, not every our organization has the same type of, throughout every state. We're constantly within all the little rural communities providing outreach. And we use not only our chapters, but we use our mailings to get as many veterans notified of our whereabouts during that time frame so we can do the claims assistance.
And part of your outreach, not only are you contacting your members to get the word out, but from time to time I see notices in the local newspapers about the vans coming around and so forth.
Right.
Is that done typically from the local office to get the word out, or is that something that you would do?
Well, DAV, especially Maryland, uses a lot of our resources. We use our state organization. Our commander has a newsletter that he sends out to veterans that has information about different events that's going on in the state. Our national organization probably has the best resources of reaching all our veterans, and word of mouth, and a lot of the partners that we have also do a lot of the mailing as well. One of our main partners is Harley, and other partners that we have will do mailings out to their members, letting them know that NSO or a mobile service vehicle will be in the area. If you need some claims assistance or have questions, we'll be available to assist. So we use our partners, we use our chapters, we use our state organization, we use our national organization. So I'd like to think that we get as much information out to as many veterans as we can, word of mouth and through our mailings.
Mm-hmm. One thing, Bob, is I encourage all the veterans, ladies and men that are watching this. We have 2 organizations in Bowie that have chapter homes. The American Legion on Old Laurel Bowie Road over there in Old Bowie, the Disney Belt American Legion. Go in there and they get information, or they can come to the one here, right over here on Laurel Bowie Road, right down from Rockledge School on 197. Come on in. Like I say, we're open from noon until midnight just about every day. It's an open door. You just ring the buzzer, come on in, leave your name, and we'll get a hold of you and try to join every organization that you're eligible for. And if you have any doubts, especially if you are ailing with some sort of an ailment, let's let the National Service Officer and let Lamarr tell you what you do or don't rate.
Well, it's hard to believe, but our 30 minutes is already up. I want to thank Lamarr for coming down as a National Service Officer and telling us what our veterans can do to get into the system. And we hope you enjoyed another program of Veterans Forum and learned important information to you and your family. Now we ask you to get involved with your local veterans. Stop by the American Legion or the DAV. Find out what's going on and learn about your benefits. We urge you to do that and your family members as soon as possible. And we want to thank Tom as our on the camera and our producer tonight. And thanks again for watching Veterans Forum.
Lamarr,